Singer, actress, writer, and director, Streisand teams up with other actors who sing for her latest effort, Encore, movie Partners Sing Broadway. This is Philip Vanguard, and welcome to the Streisand Review. Essentially, Encore is Streisand's follow-up to her last duets album, and while it was a huge success and debuted at number 1 on the Billboard charts, it was an album that none of the fans were really asking for. No one really wanted a duets album. And so personally, I thought, okay, now that she's got this out of the way and she's fulfilled whatever contractual obligations there may have been, she could go back to making artistic, important, fancy schmancy albums. But instead she releases Encore. Encore is also funny because it's not only a sequel to Partners, it's a sequel to her previous 2 Broadway albums, which, for Streisand, are landmark albums in her career. This time around, she's singing with movie actors, and the album gets off to a great start. She's singing at the ballet from a chorus line, and Daisy Ridley and Anne Hathaway join her. And let me just say, Daisy Ridley is amazing casting for this. She's expressive, she's bubbly, and her voice is more than just serviceable. It's incredible. The dialogue meshes really well with the music, and the stories that each character tells and expresses are supported by masterful orchestration. I love how the fast and rhythmic portions of the song have purpose, and the legato portions build tension. Just amazing. Oh, there's also a really cute cameo by Bradley Cooper, so check that out. Now, one thing about Barbra Streisand is that she loves a good show tune, but even more than that, she loves a good slow tune. And I really appreciate the fact that she mixed it up for this album. In addition to the sensitive, slow ballads, she added a few snappier, up-tempo songs, and it really helps round out the album. Among all the celebrities, Barbara's singing with Melissa McCarthy on Anything You Can Do, I Can Do Better from Annie Get Your Gun. And they have some special lyrics for this song. It's really funny, it's cute, I love hearing Barbara sort of poke fun at herself, and she corrects Melissa in the pronunciation of her name, which is Streisand, soft S like sand on the beach. But what was really surprising is how Melissa actually has a good voice. I mean, you know, in the promotion for this album, Melissa and Barbara had stated that, you know, Melissa isn't a singer and they had to really coax it out of her. But her tone, the warmth, the just the general sound of her voice is very, very pleasing. So I don't know if that was just PR, you know. Oh, Barbara had to direct me into this amazing performance because her voice is good and she can belt and she does a few like vocal growls that are kind of adorable. So that's surprisingly a standout for me, at least. Another standout is You Are the Best Thing That Ever Has Happened to Me. That name, that title though, with Alec Baldwin. And it's deceptively simple. There's some really cool interplay and the harmonies are really interesting. And Alec Baldwin is like an amazing pairing for Streisand. And I was expecting that this would be like a throwaway song, but no, it's something that stayed with me, and it's something that I've been humming since the first listen of this album. Another interesting thing is the use of dialogue. Some of the songs have dialogue before the actual musical number, and some have dialogue interspersed throughout the musical number. And it's a novel idea, but the execution is just faulty. You just don't get the sense that they're experiencing these emotions or that they're really acting. You just feel like you're sitting in on the read-through of the play, but not the actual play. Ugh. Just really one of those things that otherwise this album would have been perfect, but if they had gotten the dialogue right. Oh well. What I love about Streisand is she can create a Broadway album full of songs that we hope that she records, and also songs that are new and or just rarely heard, like Any Moment Now. And I love some of the lyrics. It was done by Marvin Hamlish and also Howard Ashman. And there's this line where she sings, "Any moment now, you'll see me and my butterfly heart." And it's not only a visual lyric, but it really is evocative of someone wanting to be seen and to want to reveal themselves and their depth and understanding, but not getting the chance. That's what I love about this song. And Hugh Jackman, of course, is an amazing singer. And that's also one of the fantasies I've had. I've always wanted Hugh Jackman to pair with Streisand on something, and you get it here. Another great pairing is another dude, Patrick Wilson, who I did not know was a phenomenal singer, and apparently he's been on Broadway and has been nominated twice for the Tony, and his voice is just as amazing as his appearance. He's delicious. There's two versions of this album. There's the standard version, and then there's the deluxe version, which you can only get at Target, which features 4 solo numbers. One of those is Losing My Mind, and let me just tell you, I lost it. It's one of those songs that people have waited for, like fans have waited for years, and always, always sort of wanted on the next Broadway album her to sing, and finally she sings it. It's not a song where she totally redoes the arrangement or restructures it or changes anything. The arrangement is pretty much how it is in the show, and that's because it's perfect. There's no room for improvements. My only qualm is the way it was written in the score for the show was at the end of the song, the final phrase is Losing My Mind, where the singer sings it, losing my mind. There's a leap of an 11th. I have not been able to find anyone who sings it the way it's been written besides Bernadette Peters. And Streisand, being someone who avoids trends and someone who is unique, I was kind of hoping she would do this leap of the 11th, and I was dying for that note. And it's not that she can't deliver the note, it's an easy note to access. It's just a note that conveys, unresolved tension. However, she did, while she was on tour promoting the album, sing this song, and she sang it with the leap at the end. She actually sings it straight forward, and then as the music keeps going, she repeats the phrase and she leaps at the end of the song. So if she ever releases the tour and includes the song, then we'll have both versions. Anyhow, it's just me nitpicking. Now, Streisand sings Pure Imagination, which is now going to be on Broadway for the new musical version of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Pure Imagination has always been one of those songs that I've wondered, well, why hasn't she tackled this? Why hasn't she recorded this? And on the other hand, it's a song that musically is so limited. It's so brief. I think there's only like 2 verses and no chorus or anything like that. So I can understand why someone like her has avoided this song for so long, because there's nowhere for the actress who sings to go. There's nowhere to go musically. However, she sings it with Seth MacFarlane, and I could barely say that with a straight face. It's just a case of knowing the star persona or even their work sort of eclipsing this current project. His sense of humor is so, cynical and moronic at times that I just can't imagine he would be the type of person who would work with Streisand. He just seems too cool for Streisand, too above Streisand. And here he is, showing up and crooning with her on such a cheesy song. Like, all in all, it's a solid album. I truly enjoyed it, and I could play this album the whole way through. Despite some of its flaws, it's solid and has immense repeatability. Now, the version you want to get, though, is the Target Deluxe version, which includes 4 solo tracks, including my favorite, Losing My Mind, even though it doesn't have that leap of an 11th at the end. I really enjoy it. And will this Broadway album compare to her previous 2? How does it compare, I should say? Those albums are vast, and the arrangements and the vocals are just immense. And this is intimate. It's laid back. It feels like she's hanging out with friends and singing these Broadway songs. In addition to that, it feels stylistically similar to the cast albums like Merrily We Roll Along, Chorus Line, Company. It has that type of instrumentation. I'm Philip Vanguard. This is the Barbra Streisand review. If you liked what you saw, rate, subscribe, comment, thumbs up me. And next week, I don't know what I'll be reviewing for the next episode, so if you're watching, leave a suggestion.